As more people get the coronavirus vaccine, unfortunately, there are more scams popping up related to those shots. I talked with Attorney General AG Nessel earlier today about what you need to look out for. We wanted to talk a little bit about some of these scams that are happening surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine. Can you tell us a little bit about what your office is seeing?
Yeah, well, the most important thing for your viewers to know is that they shouldn't be paying for the vaccine. This has been financed by the government. And so what we're seeing is people will, they'll have text messages come into them or phone calls or even emails saying, hey, we can obtain the vaccine for you. You can sign up, but you have to give us your personal information. So give us your credit card or give us your social security number. Those aren't legitimate. There is no health department that should be requiring that kind of information, and you shouldn't be paying out of pocket for it at all. So any efforts to get money from you, disregard those. It's not legitimate.
And I have to imagine that this might have been expected. It seems like whenever we go through any sort of tragedy, natural disasters, we see a lot of these kinds of scams popping up.
Unfortunately, it's very common. The best way to take advantage of a person is when they're scared, especially for their own life, for their safety or their health, or for someone in their family. So it's an easy way to take advantage of people because people are so desperate to get vaccinated. But again, that's why you have to make sure you're dealing with somebody who is reliable. And if you're offered something like, early access, if you fall into a category where you wouldn't otherwise be eligible for the vaccine, beware, it's probably a scam.
What is the AG's office doing to see fewer of these scams popping up?
Well, the most important thing we can do, of course, is to make people aware as soon as we start to see some of these scams take place, because information is the best power. I mean, of course, once someone has been scammed, you can report it to us, and we'll try to find the perpetrator, try to get your money back. We'll try to prosecute the person that took advantage of you and violated the law. But what we prefer is to make sure that people didn't become victims in the first place. And so I know it's tempting when you get that text message to say, oh my gosh, this is great, I can get vaccinated. But think about it for a little bit before you respond and know that it's possible you're being spoofed. And spoofing is really when somebody contacts you and it looks like it's from your doctor's office, or it looks like it's from the Department of Health and Human Services, but it really might not be. So the best advice is when someone contacts you unsolicited, where you have not reached out to them first to ask them to contact you, to check and call back that number yourself independently and say, hey, have you been trying to get a hold of me? Are you offering me this service? Is this legitimate? Because many times it's not.